for everyone for joining us this morning. So we are very excited to do this presentation just to give you guys all some great pointers from our partners at Google Digital Coaches. I'm excited to present Roberto Martinez, and before we start, just wanted to let you guys know, please make sure to stay on mute. There will be an opportunity at the end to ask questions, but other than that, Roberto, take it away.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this community. I'm very excited to be here with you all. My name is Roberto Martinez. You can call me Rob, Robert, just not Bob or Bobby, and we'll be fine. So let me present my screen. We'll get started. And this is for you guys. Oh, Culver City Football Club. I love it, Rafael. So first time, business education consultant. Absolutely love it. All right, guys, this is your time. It's vital for you guys to give me feedback, to tell me what you guys want to talk about. I'm going to present my screen now, and then we'll get rocking and rolling on the presentation. This is all around how to launch your business with customer-focused marketing. What does that even mean? So most of you guys have your business already. You guys are working with an institution, a company. You guys are at Culver City soccer team, or you might be an independent consultant, football club. And then you might also be a business education consultant. You might work as an educational consultant. You might be a photographer. Great, fantastic. Let me know what you guys do so I could humanize this presentation and drive home some points. This should last about 40 minutes, and then we'll turn it over to Q&A. I hate hearing myself talk, so please, 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 if you have any questions right now in this presentation, feel free to drop them on the chat. Again, this is your time. We want to maximize your time. I know how valuable your time is. And so let's get into it. My name is Roberto Martinez. I am a digital coach for the state of California. I've been doing this for Google for the past 6 years. It's flown by. I cannot tell you how fast time is flying. So it's a great program that helps us help you grow your business using digital tools and services. If you have any questions after this presentation, there's my email address, robertomar@google.com. We have a bunch of webinars every month, about 3 to 4 a month, around everything from websites to digital marketing, to paid ads, to SEO, to analytics, whatever you need to help your business grow. So why am I here? Because I am also one of you. I am also an entrepreneur. I also help small businesses grow and scale using digital marketing. My company has been around for 8 years. And so Google came to me and said, hey, we love what you do with your company. You're helping digitize small business. We want to help increase your size. How do you help us reach as many businesses as possible? So what we did is we connected with Google, and now we present these workshops at no cost. All right, enough about that. Let's get into what you guys care about, which is how do we market better to our prospective businesses? And let me sit upright because I hate slouching. Okay, present and be present. All right, so the first thing is marketing funnel. What is it? How do you help your customer, and how do you push your customer through that customer journey? Second piece is how do you bring awareness to prospective customers, and how do you create awareness for those prospective customers? Third is engage and influence those prospective customers once you have them in your funnel. So a really important piece of it here is, what do we do to attract customers? And then once we have the customers attracted and seeing our content on social media, website, whatever, how do we get them to actually buy? And once they do buy, how do we bring them back to buy from us again and again and again? So for a consultant, it's always managing that project, making sure they're extremely happy with the delivery of the project, but then reminding them that you're a solution. You provide solutions to their problems, and you're solving their solutions consistently. I don't know necessarily what the individual, I think it's Rafael, does at the football club, but it might be you do marketing. It might be that you're trying to raise awareness of the program itself. It might be that you're trying to drive loyalty for the members. It might be you're trying to attract new members. Whatever the case may be, how do you create a marketing mix that helps you do your job better so you get that promotion or that raise? And then last but not least, how do we keep them coming back for more? So this is an action-packed conversation. Again, I'm here for you. And so if you have any questions, feel free to pause, raise your hand, and let me know. All right, let's talk about that marketing funnel, that customer journey. It's a really great advisor, consultant, marketer, professor, whatever you want to call them, Jeff Godin. And this is really what is at the crux of any solution that you're providing to the marketplace. And when we think of ourselves as marketers, but really I want you to move past that marketing phase and think about yourself as an entrepreneur, because you are an entrepreneur in your own right. You want to think about why. Why do we do what we do? So if you're a consultant, you solve problems. That's in essence what you do within whatever industry it is, educational, non-educational. You're a problem solver. They bring you in, and in Pulp Fiction, they used to call this guy the wolf. He just came in and solved the problem, right? That's what you do. So what is the meaning that you're giving to that? You know, we're going to give you less headaches. We're going to make your problems go away, whatever it happens to be. And that's when you inject that meaning into what you do. And once you know how to do that, you understand that's in essence your value proposition, or why you do what you do. You give it value, and then you understand how to communicate that value. I solve your problems. And so now you have that mission, and now you do that across all your social media channels, across all your websites, across all your blogs, across all your email marketing. Problem solvers, we solve the problems for you as a consultant. As an example, photographer is we capture your timeless memories. We capture your fleeting moments to make sure that you can remember them forever. Or if you do photography for businesses, we help you beautify your mission, or we bring life to your mission through photography, as an example. And so you communicate that value proposition across multiple channels. And some of us started off like Shalan and Sharika, where we're just going through our day, we're working for corporate America, and we confront a problem, and we're like, hey, we're not the only ones that are confronting this problem. Maybe there's a lot of people like us who are facing this problem. They created a tote bag. And so they're very passionate about their work, and they realize, man, I'm walking into my office with a grocery bag and my lunch, right? I am a professional. You know, I went to school, I've invested heavily into myself. How do I keep that going? How do I make sure that I keep communicating this value that I have for myself through the way I represent myself in person? So as you can see here, I have my Google shirt. So I'm consistently communicating the brand. But how do I do that as an entrepreneur? So he's walking in with his grocery bag. I do that all the time. I still, as a matter of fact, I got one of his tote bags. They're beautiful tote bags. They're not the size that I need them to be at. They're kind of small. But you know, I come in every day with a grocery bag, and that grocery bag has my lunch. And so this guy said, you know what? We want to make sure that you, Robert, look great when you walk into the office. You have a tote bag that represents who you are as a person. And so he had this idea, and he launched this tote bag business with his wife. But, you know, he's not a marketer. A nonprofit youth soccer club, creating community through soccer. I love it, Rafa. Rafa, there's a lot of great stuff there. I'll touch on what you do a little bit later, and how I can help you through Google. Okay, so this individual has a passion, realizes there's a need there, realizes there's not really a lot of tote bags that he likes that represent him. He doesn't know marketing, but he has a passion. So what happens here? How many of us can relate to that journey? Well, you know what? We did consulting. We worked for corporate America. We made a lot of people a lot of money doing this work. You know, I'm tired. I want to branch out and do it myself. I want to do it for me, and I want to be the owner of my own mission and vision in my life. That's what I'm about. So what happens? You start off and you launch your company as a photographer, as a consultant. But we have to bring in clients. So you have your network of clients that have worked with you within corporate America, and now you transition into the private sector, and you're like, hey, work with me. You know me, you know the work that I do. You know, you don't have to pay these bloated fees to these for overhead for these corporations. I do the same work at a fraction of the price. That might be one of your value propositions. Or I just do great work. You want to pay for great work and a quick turnaround time, I'm your guy. So you're telling that story, and you're creating that meaning of your story of what your company is. So that's the first piece of marketing. And this is really where your mission, vision, value proposition comes into play. The next piece is building those relationships. And so what does that mean when you say building relationships? Well, it's nurturing, it's communicating that value proposition, mission, and vision in the way that creates credibility, in the way that creates trust, in the way that people raise their hand and say, I want to work with you, Jamie. I want to work with you, Rafa. I love the work that you're doing within the community. How do I sign up? And so Jamie tells us he relieves anxiety one family at a time, helps family and students get to apply to college where they thrive. I love that mission, Jamie. That's, anxiety is something that we all face. It's fear of the future, a fear of something that hasn't happened yet. And so managing that fear of the future is extremely important. And so a lot of the times you help alleviate that fear of getting into college. You hate to alleviate that fear of having a future for the prospective students that the parents might have. So that's one way of phrasing what you do. Also with the family, there's a lot of anxiety. So you're starting to think through, how do I help these family members thrive so they don't feel like they're always on edge, living paycheck to paycheck? And how do we communicate that value? Really important things. And you're doing that through your content once you understand your story and your mission. And then once you do those two pieces, the third piece is probably not one of the funnest and the easiest way, which is you influence your customers to continuously get them to buy from you or bring them into buying from you or using your services. Extremely important. One of the pieces that I always think about is, what do we as a company, so I do work for Google, but I also have my company. And the one thing that I tell all my clients is, I help you make money. That's my job. My job is to use digital marketing and operations to make you money and help you grow. So there's a lot of tools out there. We know the right tool for your industry. So if you want to work with us, sign up now. As an example of how we communicate that value. And so what is the stages to this marketing funnel? Well, first and foremost, people have to know that you exist, right? Like, who are you? What are you doing? So this is the networking opportunities. This is social media. This is websites. This is blogs. This is podcasts. I was just mentioning to my colleague here that I was on a podcast a little bit earlier today discussing Black entrepreneurship and how we can help the Black entrepreneurial community grow and scale. And so that's extremely important, right? So I did the podcast. It reaches 80,000 entrepreneurs across the country, driving awareness of my company, driving awareness of what I do as an entrepreneur. Great. What's the next piece? Consideration. Now they realize who I am. Now they're like, hey, I have a problem, right? I do more, I want to scale my company. I don't know how. Well, they go to my website. They go to my social media page. They go to my blogs, they go to my videos, and they realize, whoa, this agency knows how to grow and scale companies. What's the third piece? Now they're ready to buy, right? So now we go from bringing them into our funnel, making them think about us and why they should choose us over other people, and then we get them to convert. How do you do that? Well, it's all around content, right? There's different phases of content for different places for the prospective customer. Conversions all around the right content at the right place at the right time. So you see a lot of prospective clients do this. Email marketing is always a great way. Testimonials, always a great way. 15-minute chats with clients, always a great way. All that helps you get the client in, talk one-on-one, build that trust, and convert. And then once you have them in and converted, delight them and you keep them in that network. Hey, we're still here. We still want to be your friend. We still want to help you grow. What can we do? We started off with a website. Now let's do paid ads. And we started off with a website. Now let's do SEO. So Tessa is a multicultural skin specialist where they focus on correcting acne, hyperpigment, and reversing the signs of aging. I think we all need that. I'm trying to reverse the signs of aging myself. So let's talk about that customer journey, right? We have to make sure folks are aware of your specialty, Tay, and then considering what you do relative to what's out there in the market. If there's a unique value proposition, then consideration. How do we do that? Do we do a consultation with you? Do we do a questionnaire with you? How do we get into your space? And how do you, as a business, identify my pain point? So what would be my pain point? My pain point is, let's say, my blemishes are showing up more and more as I get older. And so how do I minimize that? Might be my pain point. For example, I tend to have darker pigments, so that's great. I look a little bit younger, but how do I hide some of these scars that I had as a child that are now being more visible? That's my pain point. So that's the consideration page. And maybe you have some content or some blogs that tells me, take this survey and I'll have a specialized solution just for your specific skin type. So now you're getting me closer to conversion. And then I buy from you. All right, great. You gave me your, what we call in marketing and technology, your tech stack. Maybe for you is your skin regimen, right? So here's your skin regimen to keep you looking like you're 20, even if you're 40. Fantastic. I love you, Tay. I want to keep working with you. And then every 2 months or every month and a half, about the time that regimen runs out, you shoot me an email and say, hey, re-up on your regimen, right? Or, it's been a month or it's been 3 months. Let's identify other places where we could keep you looking young and fresh. So you're reminding me to come back and buy from you. So that's typically how the marketing funnel works. All right, we're going to start moving and grooving because we are just in like slide number 9, and there's like a ton of other slides, and we want to make sure we get you guys at a place where you guys feel confident and comfortable with the information. So we kind of touched on this already. What do? You get the customer aware, you help them with their problems, you convert them, and then you make sure they return to you. All right, any questions around the customer journey before we reach to how to drive awareness? Nope. All righty, we'll keep it going. All right, so how do we get customers? Google search, right? SEO. People are like, how do I improve my skin? Oh, wow, there's all these blogs about how to improve your skin regimen. How do I improve my skin as a Latino, as an African American, as an Asian American? Specialization. Maybe you write blogs around that. Word of mouth. People love you. They want to use you. Advertising. Obviously, you can run paid ads. You can run social media ads. Trade shows are always a great way to work with the network and be a subcontractor to the main contractor. So I'll give you an example of this. I have a meeting a little bit later. There's this big Chinese American agency that brings Chinese markets to the US, and they're like, hey, we love what you do. How do we subcontract? We want to give you contracts because we're not specialized on paid ads. We want to work with you. So then they want to give that work to me as an agency. Fantastic. I don't mind working for another agency if they have scale, if they have millions of businesses that they work with. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to work with them because I don't have the reach that they do. And so they are going to bring in leads for me. And then searching online, that's SEO again. So you guys know this. Really important piece here is to identify who your prospective customer is, make sure they recognize your brand, and get your business online. Make sure that when I Google skincare, if I'm around Culver City, Tay comes up. Or make sure when I Google how to improve my anxiety, tips for getting my kids into college, that I find Jamie's company. Really important. So how do I identify my prospective customer? I'm using the example of Tay because it's such a great example. Multicultural skincare, that means like, I don't want to call it minority, let's call it, African American. Let's be very specific, African American. So they have a specific skin type, skin pigment, just like Latinos do. So we want to identify them. So now you're specializing, right? It's not this big market. Now you can tell them, hey, I don't care about everyone, I care about you. And so that makes the person feel like an individual, feel like you're hearing their needs. And this is how we start segmenting out the marketplace. Skin of color, yeah, exactly. Skin of color, people of color is a way of saying it, Tay. So then we start thinking about what's the average age. Our kids, our demographic for skincare, no, probably not. Our teenagers, no. Okay, now we're getting the 20s to 30s. Are that demographics? Yes, especially women, right? So they're getting older. They might want to think about it. Men at age 30 to 40 start thinking about this. So now that gives you two segmentations. Women, maybe the demographic there are between the ages of 25 to 35. Men are probably between the ages of 35 to 45. That's your key demographic, or 35 to 60. And they start caring about their skin regimen, right? So that's your demographic. Psychographic, what are they thinking? What are they experiencing? What are their fears? How do you help them alleviate those fears? Where are they located? Is your client a high value client with a high income level? Are they low income level? Why does that matter, though? So why do I have to think about that? Because if your product is a premium product, then you're not going to be advertising in low income communities. Maybe you say, yes, I don't care. I will, well, fine. I'm not saying not to. You could definitely do it. But if your product is priced at $150, $200, and you're marketing at a low income community that can't afford that, then you're not going to be able to find that prospective client. Versus if you promote in Culver City, Beverly Hills, Palos Verdes, like those, for sure they're going to have a high income level because that's where they live. And that those folks have homes and neighborhoods that are in excess of millions of dollars. And then what are their behaviors? Where do they hang out? Where do they live? So here's an example. We're going to use the tote bag. Who does the tote bag want to acquire? Miss Metro. She's in her mid-30s, single, lives in a large city, college educated, works in fashion, loves cooking and traveling, shops locally. Why do we want to market to her? Because we know she is our target demographic. She is the woman that cares about these little things like looking professional, being professional, giving back to the community, working with local small businesses, loves being in the know and having stylish clothing lines. So she's going to want to buy something that reflects her values. And so that tote bag is going to be perfect for her. So what's in the brand? So obviously the look and the color, the logo. So when we think about Google, we think about the word Google, and we think about the letter G and very bright colors, as you see here. Graphic elements, how do they live together? And so then when we see the brand, how is the brand communicated to us? How does it live? How does the imaging work? The best example on this brand has been around for almost 100 plus years is Coca-Cola. When I think graphic elements and I think Coca-Cola, I see the bright red, and every single time I see Coke, it's always in a commercial, it's always people who are happy, people who are playing soccer, people who are at sporting events, people who are sharing a fantastic, happy environment with their friends and loved ones, with their grandmas, with their aunts and uncles. That's the graphic elements. They have the image, they have the word, and they have this happy experience. And they're all combining together to give me as a customer an experience that makes me feel happy. So that's what they want me to feel. They want me to feel happy. What does Nike make you feel? Like energy and like you could do everything. Under Armour, same thing, right? Gymshark is the new brand that came out, like active and young and hip, all great graphic elements. Messaging and voice is also important. How do I communicate my value to my prospective customer? Do I do it in an organic manner? Do I do it in a way that resonates with them? Do I voice? If I'm a lawyer, I'm buttoned down, I'm professional. If I'm a scooter company, I'm fun and engaging. So we have to reflect our audience in the way we talk to them. And so it's all based on the value proposition of who you are, who you want to be, and what you stand for. We kind of talked about this earlier, so I won't dwell on this too much. And then your positioning statement is how do we live in that space with our prospective customers? So you identify who your prospective customer is, what your value proposition, what makes you distinct and unique, and what is the promise you have as a brand to that prospective client. So here's a value statement that you can use as a positioning statement for your company, right? For the target audience who, whatever the challenges or needs are, your company provides a product and or service, and what makes it distinct and unique because, and then your value promise or your mission and vision as your company. So here's an example of this tote company. So their positioning statement is for working professionals who need a stylish, functional lunch bag. That's their problem, right? That's their pain point. I need a bag. I'm not going to go into the office every day with a tiny grocery bag, right? So what's the solution? Oh, I want to buy something that's locally based, that, you know, is helping engage the local business community, but it's still fun and stylish. So what do they want? A fashionable vegan leather tote bag, because everyone deserves a luxurious functional bag that the entire family can use. So this particular bag can be used by my wife or can be used by me or let's say I could use it, or my roommate can use it, or my apartment mate can use it. Great. So now we know our value proposition. We know how to communicate our positioning statement. What do? We get online and we scream it to as many people as possible. Hey, I'm here. So what do I do when I scream my value proposition? I go on podcasts, social media, directories, online marketplaces. You guys have partnered with the Chamber of Commerce. That's fantastic news. That's an online marketplace, right? And you can go out there, you can say, hey, Chamber of Commerce, I want you to promote me. Great, we will promote you. We will definitely leverage you. We'll list you in our channel. And we want to build your website. If you don't have a website, we want to make sure you own your own website, because you control everything on that website and it helps your business grow and drive sales. If you're not on Google Business Profile, press 1 if you're on Google Business Profile. Press 2 if you are not on Google Business Profile. I want to see 1s and 2s on the chat, please. So we have, hey, she is on Google Business Profile. Anyone not? Oh, we have Rafa. Kareem is not. Jamie is not. Okay, so what is the Google Business Profile? Culver City is definitely on. So it is, what's the world's largest search engine? Jenna. Love it, Jenna. The world's largest search engine happens to be Google. So we want to be on that search engine. You can register your business to be on Google by just registering on the Google Business Profile. It takes you 10 minutes. It's really, really fast. And it allows you, so when people search for your company, you pop up on the Google search engine. And so we really want to leverage that tool. Let me go show you guys how that looks like. Let me share my screen one more time. So when someone shares, let me, great. Let me just show you. So if I type in the Google search engine, marketing agents near me, what pops up? This is a paid ad. This is a paid ad. And that's my company right there with an amazing team. So I pop up organically if people are searching for that, which is exactly what I want. I want people to find me organically. I want people to say, oh, wow, 23 reviews. This one has 36 reviews. I'm going to use this particular business. And that's what we want. We want to make sure with photography, growth, in Culver City. And so we look, there's no one listed in Culver City. So that's a great opportunity for you to find, to be able to promote yourself if you're in Culver City. All right, let's get back to the slideshow. That's an example of what a Google business profile is. So once we communicate our value, we want to engage with them. We want them to review our brand and gather information. And we always want to listen to what they're saying and communicating that value at all times so we could develop the relationship we want with that prospective client. And it's all about the pain point. It's all about why. Why do you want to use this service? What is it that hurts? What is it that makes you suffer? We want to address the challenges. We want to tell them, here's how you solve the problem. We are the problem solvers for you. And here's how you can contact us. We want you to connect with us. So how do most businesses, clients search you? They go on Google.
Mandaron un link de que Roberto está dando.
Can you please, Monica, can you please mute your line?
Hi. Yeah, hi.
Great. So as we're doing this, we want to definitely have ourselves on the Google search engine. We also want to be able to pop up on the Google search engine. We talked about Google business profile. That's great. We also want to understand what the customer is using. So if you want to learn what customers search for on the Google search engine, you could use Google Trends. So you could search for the words that people are using when they search for your specific product and or your specific service. When that happens, Google Trends pops up and you're able to identify exactly what their words or phrases are. You take those words and phrases and then you plug them in to your content, your emails, your social media, your website. And then we communicate to the prospective clients across their multiple marketing channels, which is exactly what we want you to do. We want you to communicate that across the channels. So for the Chamber of Commerce, it's like, hey, we help you as a small business grow. We help you connect with other businesses. We help you communicate your value and raise your platform. And then you share, inspire, and help that prospective customer base. We do it through social media, email marketing. These are some of the channels you can communicate your value to that prospective client. And we're always educating and sharing. We're not pushing product. We're not pushing services. We're informing and we're delighting. We're not selling. No one wants a sales rep. Everyone wants a best friend, right? My best friend helped me grow my company because they're really good at marketing or they're really good at photography. I hired my best friend to go. And so that's what we want people to talk about Kareem. We want people to reference Kareem as like one of the family members. Oh, he's great. He took photography. He took photos of my business. Or, we hired him for our wedding and he just did an amazing job. Examples, right? And you're always educating the prospective customers through videos, webinars, and samples. And you're developing those relationships. You're listening to why they want to use your products and how they're comparing you relative to everyone else in the marketplace. So let's give you an example of a company that does this really well. What could be good cupcakes is a company out of Massachusetts. I don't want to say Boston. It's like outside of Boston. And they create these amazing cupcakes. I wish they send us samples. I'm a fatty, not a foodie. I absolutely love sweets. And so what they did is they listened to what the customer was saying. They said, hey, you know what? Tell us what your favorite flavors are. We'll incorporate it into our cupcakes. And they have flavors of the month, cupcakes of the month, and they incorporate those cupcakes into their product line. And they really engage with their customers so they could know what the customer cares about and know what the customer likes. And that allows you to bring in the customer in your product line or your services line. So for a consultant, you start realizing, hey, most of my businesses that hire me really care about this one thing, and that's the key. I had another friend that's a consultant. He was working with a business, and the CEO was like, oh, we're going to launch a new product line, and this new product line is going to revolutionize everything. And it's just going to change the way our current client base does business. And it's so amazing. And my consulting friend said, I would bet you what you're paying me that it's better for you to double down on the current solution that your clients are using and understand how to help them use that solution better than you launching a new product line. And the CEO said, no, you're crazy. That's not what matters. Like, this new product line is just going to make everything easier. And my consulting friend said, listen, I hear you, but if you just help them with the current solution that they're using and make it easier for them to use that solution, they'll pay for that. So they did a survey, and guess who won? The consultant. The consultant, over 90% of their client base said, I just want more help with the current solution that you're providing me. I don't need a new product. I just need you to help me use this product a lot more. That's exactly, and this business is a pretty big business. It was in the millions of dollars. But that's exactly what happened to Salesforce as well. People were using their CRM tool and, oh, it's great, all these bells and whistles. I don't know how to use this. So they created this program to help launch this whole other industry around administrators for Salesforce that can help you administer Salesforce, revolutionize their business model, create new jobs, help the business owner learn how to use Salesforce without them actually having to learn how to use Salesforce, having an administrator run it for them. So sometimes it's not recreating a new service, it's just listening to your customer, understanding what their pain point is, and then giving them more of that. So definitely something that I think about within my agency. Sometimes we're always telling our clients, oh, well, you want a new solution, when all they really want is someone to talk to. And so sometimes we just say, okay, well, then the question is not really about marketing. You just want to talk about marketing. So $50 an hour to talk to one of our consultants. There it is. And that doubles down and helps the entrepreneur think through what they're thinking through. At $50 an hour, it's a steal as opposed to spending thousands of dollars on the marketing. So before you start, I just want to talk to someone that knows marketing. I'm not an expert here. Can you help me with that? Great, we'll help you with that. Here it is. So that is definitely something you want to do. And so once you lead and you hear the customers, you help them convert them. You're always listening to what the problem is. You're always sharing the needs and timely cost to action through emails and social media. And you're streamlining the purchasing. How easy is it for me to use your service or use your consultation? Is it one click, one call, or is it like 20 freaking calls? There's nothing worse than talking to a client 20 times before they buy. So how do we streamline this? How do we make sure we answer their questions? By listening to the customer. So identifying actions, these are all different ways that you can take to identify their needs. Multiple ways. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Any questions so far while I take a drink on my mate? All right, let's keep moving. So we can always communicate value through different channels and through different calls to action, through deals, exclusive offers, invitations, customer testimonials. It's everything and anything that gets them closer to the conversion page. All right, Josh, thank you. I appreciate that. Streamline the purchase. How long does it take us to buy something on Amazon? How many clicks? Maybe one or two. How many clicks on Best Buy? Like 20. So how do we streamline that? Make it as easy as possible for that client to get on the phone with one of your customers. Customer representatives might be you, might be one of your administrators, whatever it is. Get them to say yes as fast as possible. One way of doing that is by connecting your Google Analytics to your website and understanding what's going on your website. You can connect to it very quickly, very easily. It takes you a few seconds to connect your analytics to your website, and then interpreting that information might need some assistance, but we have courses on that as well. And it's completely and utterly free. We can also run ads. This is the only time I will be quote unquote selling anything in this webinar. There's Google Ads. If you ever think about using Google Ads, it's definitely helps you grow, but you have to understand how to use it. The way it works is you give Google a budget of $150. How many clicks does it take? Well, if you're, let's say you're a photographer and this is a saturated market and the average client pays you $1,000, there's a lot of demand there. Maybe for you to advertise, it'll be a couple $100 a month. You saw when I typed in marketing agent near me, there's all these ads running. So those ads are running so that when people Google that term, they click on it, it drives people to buy and use their services. That's great if you have the money to spend. So each time you click on it, Google will say, okay, that click was worth $1.50. We're going to deduct that from your budget that you spend for a month. You say, oh, well, I only want to spend $100 a month. Okay, so now it's $99 left, and so on and so forth until you exhaust your budget. All right, last but not least, we get them in there. We want them to be loyal. How do we make sure that we do that? We always remind the client, hey, you want to be our champion? You want to tell us how amazing we are? You want to help us communicate our value? If so, give us a testimonial. Let us know what's going on. Let us know how we can help you further. Let us know how amazing you loved working with us. Stay in touch. Continuously touch them. Continuously bring them back into your funnel. Ask for feedback. I know it's hard to hear the negative stuff. Trust me, I am going through it just like you guys are. It's really tough to hear you guys suck. Keep it in perspective. You can't make everyone happy, and sometimes, and this is the God. I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years, and prior to that, I was working with different tech companies for another 7 years. So I've been doing this for 15 plus years, and I'll tell you, it is easier to fire a client than to try to keep a good client, a bad client. It's sometimes easier just to say, hey guys, here's your check. God bless you, but I don't think we can work together. And that's going to help you save heartache and anxiety and headaches. And so sometimes you just got to like move away from certain clients because they are going to drag you down. And there's always clients. One of my clients, consulting clients, tells me it's always easier to fire a client than to try to make a client that's not happy with themselves happy. So you might lose in the short term, but if you keep that client long term, it's going to cost your company reputation, it's going to cost your company money, it's going to cost your company bandwidth. So knowing how to say no and knowing how to like manage your boundaries are extremely important. Sometimes you have amazing clients that absolutely love you, and those are the ones you want. You're like, hey, how do I find more of you? Can you refer people? I'll give you $100 off in your next contract if you refer 5 friends. So that's ways you can do that. VIP, exclusive offers, discounts or perks, personalized programming, online reviews, testimonials, referral programs. I absolutely love referral programs. I tell all my current clients, hey, if you love us, refer someone over to us. We'll give you a discount next contract. Okay, managing reviews. We talked about that. They might need negative reviews. We always want to respond in a timely fashion. You can't make everyone happy. We understand that. You want to always respond in a timely fashion. You want to always take the conversation offline. You do not want to get into a conversation with clients online where everyone can see. You want to take it offline. We have a question here. For feedback, do you create a survey? Yes, you can create a survey. You can create testimonials. You definitely can create surveys using Google Forms. You can just say, hey, thank you for using our services. Here's a 5-second questionnaire. Please fill it out. Or you can give them what's called a review if they love what you do. Google Business Profile has an ability for them to leave reviews. Yes, Jamie, that's a great question. Jamie says, I've recently dropped a client that's only interested in applying to Ivy Leagues. And that's a big one. It's managing expectations, right? We want to manage the client's expectations, and we are not, we can't create the world that they want to live in. We live in the reality of the world, and sometimes we just have to be honest with them, like, hey, we understand that that's what you want. We're not a good fit for your needs. I could refer you over to another company that can promise you those things and see if they can help you, but I cannot do that. So there's certain clients that are like, I want to give you $5,000, but I want you to bring me $100,000 in return. I was like, if I know how to do that, then I'll be in a yacht somewhere in the Mediterranean Sea right now. I can't promise you that. I can promise you that I will help you bring in more clients. Now, will you convert them? I don't know. I only have control of pushing the clients to you. So sometimes the clients have unrealistic expectations, and you have to identify when to walk away, because what can happen, like Jamie pointed out here, let's take Jamie's example. he takes on the client, or they, Jamie, I don't know if you're a man or woman, pronoun neutral, right? Jamie can be man or woman. And this individual does not get his son or daughter into Ivy League. What happens? This client will then go on their social sites, will then go on their blogs. It's a she. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate it. And Jamie's like, I spent all this time and energy. They paid me only a few dollars. And now I have a negative review on my Yelp, on my Google business, on my social media. They're causing all this heartache, and I lost all this business, right? You want to get ahead of that. So no, thank you so much. Take your money. I can't do it for you. I can't work with you because I cannot promise you those things. So you have to manage those clients sometimes. Trust me when I say this, it's easier to walk away from a client before they get mad, even if you're leaving money on the table. So who can be your advocate? Current clients, your employees, and other partners like the chamber. You don't know how many times I get chambers reaching out to me and saying, hey, I want to refer some clients to you. We love the work that you do. We want to refer clients over to you. 100%, I'm here for that. All right, so right now in the chat, I want you guys to tell me what is one thing you will do after this workshop. You could share it with yourself. You could write it in the chat. I want to know one thing you're going to do after this webinar is over in the next 15 minutes. I already know the folks that press 2 should be creating my Google business profile. Kareem, I'm looking at you. All right. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. Make sure people know that you exist. Make sure you answer their questions to their problems and identify their pain points by listening. Once they're inside your channel, you want to make sure you communicate that value. You convert them into prospective customers. And you want to make sure you keep them loyal, but consistently reminding them, hey, we're here, we exist, we can help you. Make sure sign with GBiz. Love it. And with that, want to show you guys there's a lot of content online that you could leverage. Feel free to go online and read that information. We also have these career certifications if you want to get upskilled on UX UI, if you want to get upskilled on analytics, on IT, on e-commerce, amazing courses, cybersecurity. And with that, folks, I'd love to thank you and the chamber for their time and ask you guys to give me a review, right? I want to hear that, hey, Rob, you did a great job. We love you. Come back soon, or never, ever again do I want to see that guy's face in my laptop window, computer window, phone, right? So please scan this, leave me a review. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this webinar, if you didn't enjoy this webinar, and how we can improve. I'm always trying to improve. I enjoy your feedback. I appreciate you making time in your busy day. And with that, I'd like to thank you guys for joining us and turn it over to you.
All right. Hi, everyone. Once again, my name is Monica Alvarez, and I'm the Director of Communication and Events at the Culver City Chamber. And I wanted to thank you all for joining us. And Roberto with Google Digital Courses. This program was part of our Chamber University series, and this specific one is called Launch Your Business with Consumer-Focused Marketing, which is very important to a lot of our small businesses. And it is recorded, so we will make it available after. But yeah, thanks again for joining us, and look forward to seeing you at other events.